Hey there friends, today's video is going to be a quick one because tonight, that would be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we are going to be live streaming the watch party for the Elon Musk interview of Donald J. Trump. That's going to be streaming from X. We're going to take the stream, run it through here on the Legally Owned America YouTube channel. And that's going to allow you guys to comment and hold a conversation with all of us as we watch the entire live stream. So that's coming up at 7 p.m. tonight. So you definitely want to catch that. Therefore, I'm going to have a pretty quick video today. Today's video, however, is going to give us more question marks as we sit back and wonder what the heck is really going on here. Just in, FBI withholding Trump assassination records. The FBI is withholding information on a Freedom of Information Act request for records related to the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch, in a FOIA request, asked for all records of the FBI related to their coordination with the Secret Service for Trump's July 13th Butler, Pennsylvania rally. The FBI denied Judicial Watch's request, citing Exemption 7A, which applies to information that could reasonably be expected to interfere with enforcement. So we thought it would be prudent to go look at the FOIA exemptions per the Department of Homeland Security and get an idea what the heck they were talking about and why they were denying the FOIA request. When you look at Exemption 7A, it states, protects records or information compiled for law enforcement purposes, the release of which could reasonably be expected, A, to interfere with enforcement proceedings. Okay, keep that in the back of your mind. Example of information the Department of Homeland Security may withhold using 7A, records pertaining to an open law enforcement investigation. So can I split some hairs here for you? This is an organization who is denying a legal request per the court system to get information about a topic that we all want to know about. They've done a piss poor job of answering questions, so we feel like we need to answer them ourselves, so give us the information. Let us figure it out. All of this is predicated on the very fact that they have all stated, Secret Service and FBI, that this was a lone gunman. There was no accomplice. None whatsoever. This guy acted alone. No help from the federal government, no help from any friends or buddies, not even Iran is part of this. Remember, they said that even though there were threats from Iran, none of that was legitimate. Lone gunman, Thomas Crooks, lone gunman. He no longer is with us. And I can't use those words because YouTube doesn't like that and they will simply demonetize this video. But Thomas Crooks is no longer walking among us. That's what they say is the lone gunman, right? So what are the loose ends? If they don't want to release the records for fear that it will interfere with enforcement proceedings, who are they wanting to enforce anything with additional proceedings? Records pertaining to an open law enforcement investigation? What open investigation? What are you investigating? You've already come out and told us that this was a lone gunman. You've already come out and said we have all the information, we know what happened, boom, this is it, open and shut case. What are you investigating? Who are you planning to enforce against? If Thomas Crooks was in fact a lone gunman, there's no investigation and there's no enforcement of additional proceedings against anybody. Are you telling us that there might be an accomplice? Are you telling us by denying this FOIA request that somebody else is somehow? I mean, it's a reasonable question to ask, right? If you're trying to protect some kind of an investigation going forward regarding somebody and you don't want to corrupt the information, you don't want to corrupt the investigation, you want to keep all the evidence intact so that you can make sure that the person that you are investigating, that you want to enforce with the additional proceedings going forward, you don't want to mess any of that up, so you deny all that. I kind of understand that. Like, that kind of makes sense to me. Do I agree with it? No. I think that we should be privy to all of this information. But I kind of get your point. You told me that there was nobody else involved. You guys did. We didn't guess that. We didn't assume that. You have told us that from day one. In fact, you told us that way before. I think you should even have known that, right? You told us right off the bat. I mean, the red stuff that came out of his cranium had not even coagulated yet. And you were over there championing the fact that this was a lone gunman. There's nobody else. So you were so sure of yourself. What's the investigation? And what are the enforcement proceedings that you are talking about here in 7A of the exemptions? Members of Congress and senators should be asking these questions. Why are we asking these questions? First of all, why did Judicial Watch have to FOIA request this information to begin with? Why didn't Congress already ask for this? Why didn't Congress already demand this? Not ask for it. Tell them, I want these records on my desk tomorrow morning. They've got them. They know where they are. They're not in some kind of a cardboard box buried in some storeroom in Butler, Pennsylvania. Trust me, they are sitting on top of somebody's desk as high up as you can go with the FBI and the Secret Service. They don't have to hunt these records down. They could have them tomorrow at 8 a.m. if they were told, put these on my desk. But they're not. We're having to ask for that. Judicial Watch is having to ask for that. We're having to sit here and have these requests as little old civilians. Why? Why aren't our elected officials doing this job already? And why is everybody, and I don't mean just me, I'm talking about, well, Mike from Mr. Guns and Gear. I'm talking about Mike Adams. I'm talking about Chris Mortensen. I'm talking about all these guys, Benny Johnson, everyone out there who is doing all this investigation, and it's not their job and they don't get paid to do it. But they're doing it because they care, and they're doing it because they know that they're being lied to. This is the job of the federal government. I understand they screw every single thing up that they touch. I get it. But why are we allowing them and trusting them with all these important records when, of course, the Secret Service, for one, is known for accidentally deleting records all the time? They deleted all the January 6th evidence out there that was on their phones, the correspondence they had and all that good stuff. Accidentally deleted it. So why do we trust them with any of this stuff? We should have some place that it goes where we know it's safe and somebody's looking after. Let's face it. Come on, I'm not that naive. I know that they didn't accidentally delete it. Let me get that out of the way now. I don't need you guys telling me in the comment section, oh, you really believe that? No, I don't believe that. I'm sarcastically using their answer for why they can't find information on January 6th. The same thing is going to happen with this. You guys don't think the exact same thing will happen? And then the FBI will go, oh, we thought the Secret Service had that. And the Secret Service said, well, I thought the FBI did. Uh-oh! Did we update our system again and accidentally purge all of the evidence from July 13th? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. This is BS. I wish you guys would take this video and forward it to your congressmen and your senators and say, why aren't you asking these questions? What is the enforcement proceeding that is still ongoing? What law enforcement investigation is still ongoing? Are you guys telling us something that we're supposed to believe, but there's something else going on? What are you not telling us? Ask them those questions and hold their feet to the fire. Demand that they answer you. Demand that they tell you why does exemption 7A apply in this case if your lone gunman ceases to be.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America. It's over.